The entire DC universe is about to experience their worst nightmares from the newest villain. Night Terrors is the new big crossover event in the DC universe, taking place after Dark Crisis, after Wonder Woman's death and revival, after Batman went to an alternate dimension due to failsafe, and after Superman has begun to work with Lex Luthor in Supercorp. We have the entire team being called in for an earth-shattering event. This is Comicstorian. We make audio dramas from the latest comic books so you know what to add to your collection, and today I'm going to bring you Night Terrors number 1. It was a bright and sunny day as John D. laid out along the countryside with his wife and children. His wife nudges him, telling him that it's a beautiful summer day at the park, and he's missing it. He smiles as he wakes up. "You're right. I was just having the most wonderful dream. It was full of characters in colorful costumes, on a fantastic adventure. But you and the children, you weren't there. From the moment you've entered my life, something has been different. I can hardly remember what it was like before you." His wife tells him that it sounds lovely, and it reminds her of something that she's been meaning to ask him. They should have another child. But as John is listening, his wife's words become distorted and twisted, as mucus and maggots begin to pour out of her mouth. John D. jumps up. No, this isn't right. But his transformed children run up, grabbing him. "Father, let's play!" John himself becomes infected as he shouts, asking, "Do you think you can fool me? My name is John D., Dr. Destiny, and dreams are my playground. And that is what this is. Now don't be shy. Show yourself." John calls out to the unknown intruder, and then he wanders through the park until he arrives at the Hall of Justice, asking, why is whoever this is showing him this? The Justice League disbanded like a bunch of quitters. It'll take more than that to scare him. The world continues to melt away into a grotesque version of what it once was, as John scoffs, stating that once he finds his dream stone, he can regain control of the realm. And they will pay for this insult. He stops before a large portrait of the Justice League while staring at the mangled figures, and the individuals begin to jump out of the picture frames and they attack him. John struggles to remain in control, asking, "How are you doing this? They're not real! What is wrong with their eyes? Where is the Nightmare Stone?" And then he gets buried, screaming out, "No!" But back in the real world, Boston Brand, the hero known as Deadman, finds himself enjoying a peaceful moment to himself in a graveyard. Deadman's whole thing is that he is a dead ghost whose entire purpose is to help the world of the living. And you would think that being deceased is about as lonely as one could expect, but he reminds himself that he does get visitors once in a while. But today, something's different. The wind of death blows past and he feels someone like him. Deadman follows the trail and it leads him to Superman. But as anyone with eyes and a mind could tell, Superman is very much alive. The presence Deadman is feeling isn't Superman, but it's following Superman. And now, so shall Deadman. Soon, Superman is called off by the League. Deadman stays close, until Superman meets up with Wonder Woman. She too has a ghostly vibe, just as Superman does. She died recently, and she and Deadman got to spend some time together until she got better, and she left him here alone. But that's just another story of the living in the afterlife. She too has a ghostly vibe, just as Superman does. It's almost as if the two of them are haunted. Deadman continues to monitor the two of them as they go to the Hall of Justice, and immediately Deadman can see that there is something more crawling here, all over the place. They're not ghosts, but something from another realm is seeping into the world of the living. Batman then appears out of the shadows. Superman asks, why did Batman call them to the former Hall of Justice? Batman tells them that the alarm was tripped from the restricted area, and these three are the only ones with access to that location. The three head into the area unknown to most, and right away, they see everything in disarray, along with a body strung up before them. As they get closer, Batman recognizes the man as John D., Dr. Destiny. Superman asks if someone is trying to send them a message, and if so, why would they kill Dr. Destiny? Deadman takes a closer look, examining the body, and realizes that this is what he felt. This is what is haunting the three of them. Whatever was here was searching for something. Wonder Woman asks, how did he get here? Superman says the last time they saw John D. was when he was working with Deathstroke in the Dark Crisis event. John D. was apprehended after that and brought to Arkham Asylum. But at that moment, Batman gets a call and asks, "How did you get a hold of this number?" Harley Quinn responds, "Hey, Bats baby! I was stopping off at Arkham Tower for a few medical supplies, and they got a bit of a boo-boo here. We need to talk about John D." "Yeah, he escaped, we know. We're looking at his body right now." "His body? What are you talking about? John D is here. He's having a violent nightmare. The doctors are doing everything they can to sedate him and nothing is working. But if you want, I can try to wake him up with a pow right in the kisser." Batman tells her to wait. He'll be there soon. Superman says that if this is magic related, they should call Zatanna right now. Batman begins to leave and Deadman yells, "Wait, wait!" And he attempts to possess John D's body, but he bounces off and he quickly sees that this is not magic, but something else. With a little choice left, Deadman jumps into Batman's body. "Batman, please don't be mad, but hey, wait, it's not magic!" Wonder Woman looks at Batman, realizing that he's convulsing, and he seems to be going into a seizure, but is in control and talking. "Is that Deadman? Were you here the whole time?" "Listen, the realm of dreams and the world of death are connected. Related, you know? Like brother and sister or something. I'm picking up something primordial, real bad mojo. Something is, sapping into something very powerful and very dangerous." But before Deadman could go on, Batman forces Deadman out of his body by vomiting. "Don't you ever do that again. I might not be able to hurt you, but I will help you into the light." Yeah, I get it. Sheesh, don't kill the messenger," Deadman says in his ghostly shape again. "Well, it might not be magic, but I'll contact Zatanna and see if she can take a look," Wonder Woman says. "And I'll stop by Supercorp and get an idea if anything has changed on a cosmic level." Superman tries to help. Batman tells the others that he'll head to Arkham Tower in Boston Brand. "If you're still there, follow me, now." While everyone leaves the Hall of Justice with their own missions, a woman outside watches. And as everyone is gone, she grabs her phone. "Ma'am, the Trinity has left Ground Zero in a hurry." Elsewhere, Amanda Waller looks at a series of monitors all watching the heroes. It's been some time since the Trinity has been together again. Something wicked is coming. Moments later at Arkham Tower, Batman races in to see the doctors are holding John D down while he is screaming, "If he finds the Nightmare Stone, it'll be the end of everything, please! His eyes! His eyes! His eyes!" But before John could finish, his chest is suddenly torn apart. Everyone is staring in silence for a moment. The doctors walk up. "There's nothing we could do, he's dead." Batman walks over to examine the wounds. "These are identical to the ones that he had inside of the Hall of Justice." "Bats, do you think that something in the Nightmare might have killed him?" Batman tells Harley that it's in his dreams. And if it is in John D's dreams, then they're safe. Until we fall asleep, right? Right. John D's Dreamstone is locked up in the Hall of Justice. But what is the Nightmare Stone? Before anyone could even wonder any further, a ghostly voice comes out of John D's body. "The real question is, where's the Nightmare Stone? John D was a smart man, and he hid the Nightmare Stone long ago in the dreams of his enemies. Maybe we could team up and find it. After I kill a few Robins, you can make me your new sidekick." The body jumps up onto the ceiling, and John D's head spins around, snapping at the neck. "You're Batman, the Dark Knight, hero of the world. You don't operate in the shadows. You merely hide there. You think you're the stuff of nightmares? You ain't seen nothing yet." Batman quickly throws a batarang at the talking head, and as the blade makes a thunk, it sinks in with spiders crawling out of the wound, and the voice returns. "Oh, Batman, a batarang, really? You're so out of your depth here. I had a dream once that the world would finally see superheroes the way that I see them, not as heroes, but as horrors. And wouldn't you know it, dreams do come true." The shadowy, disfigured creatures begin to rise up, and Deadman shouts out, "These are nightmare constructs, but how are they in the real world?" Meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice, Zatanna is looking at the body. Deadman's right, this isn't a body, but a very powerful dream construct. Detective Chimp has a look at it. "Boston might have been a risk taker in his former life, but he doesn't play around with the dead. We need to be careful." But the energy that attacked Arkham begins to lash out of the construct. And Zatanna quickly tries to hold it off, but it begins to put everyone to sleep. As Zatanna attempts to wake them up, nothing happens, and a voice asks, "Do you see? Is the picture coming into focus?" Superman is continuing on his way, but with no one at his side, he's quickly taken over by the dark energy. "Now that I'm free, my nightmare can spread, not just to heroes and villains, but to everyone." And back at Arkham Tower, Batman calls to Oracle to contact Nightwing and Robin. "Tell them it's a red alert, Oracle." But the one inside of John Dee's body tells him that his efforts fall on deaf ears. "It's nighty-night for the whole world, and your sleepless nights will come to any who resist." Harley begins to yawn.
"Just as I thought, I was getting my 10th wind."
Batman, however, is resisting sleep as long as he can until he activates the emergency protocol. No sleep till Gotham. Suddenly, Batman's heart is shocked, giving him enough adrenaline to fight off the creeping sleep. "Whatever you are, I will not fall. I will not rest. I will not sleep until..." But as Batman blinks, he finds himself somewhere else in a different time. He looks at his clothing. "This is the suit I was wearing in the night, in Crime Alley." And a voice calls out, "Son, is that you?" As Batman finally succumbs to the sleep, Deadman yells for him to wake up, and when he gets no response, he sighs. "Oh, Batman's gonna be mad, but I got no choice." He possesses Batman's body, suddenly springing into life, biting down on the construct, and kicking it back to give himself some distance. "You know, normally I'd crack a joke right now, but I'm kind of in Batman's body, and it feels wrong to crack jokes." John Dee's body falls off the ceiling, calling out to Deadman. "We are very similar, brother. You could be so much more than a hero, and yet you're forever trapped as a circus performer. I'm not scared of you. You're trapped in the nightmare realm." And the voice tells him, "Guess again. You know how they say the eyes are the window to the soul." The intruder inside John Dee begins to carve out his eyes and rip away the flesh. He invites Deadman to join him to help him find the Nightmare Stone. The newly transformed being, stripped of its very essence, reaches out, grabbing Deadman. "We can make the heroes pay for what they did to you. Now tell your good friend Insomnia, what do the dead dream about?" And that concludes issue 1 of the Night Terrors. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I love this story so far. It properly told us where it belongs in the timeline. On top of that, it also linked it together with everything currently going on in the world of DC Comics. For the first time in a long time, I'm not questioning where this takes place in the timeline, and it seems to be interconnected with everything going on, and you're able to feel how this reverberates across the entire DC universe. On top of all of that, we now have a bunch of spin-offs telling us the nightmares that the rest of the DC universe is suffering. And if you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, you'll get Batman tomorrow, and you'll get Joker the day after. Don't forget, if you want early access to what we're creating, go on over to our Patreon or sign up for YouTube memberships. And on top of that, I'll see you guys next time, right here at Comicstorian.